You asked and I listened. This is where someone writes in, asks me a question about something they're going through, and we try to clarify it together using some basic principles around morality. In this case, I was asked whether it's okay to have a friend who has plenty of gifts and so many things you love about them, but who is not a good match for you at this time because they've betrayed or abandoned you. The answer is that absolutely. It's true because it's happening for you. This person has so many great qualities, but there's something that they're not able to do for you. They're postponing trips or showing up late to appointments, being flaky. These are all, for you, not what a close friend would do. You're reliable, you're on time, the people who you spend time with have that quality about them. And this particular thing about this particular person, as much as we can forgive them for it, doesn't have to continue to be a burden on us. In this case, it doesn't have to be a burden on you, and you can innocently, without any guilt, say to them, it's not working for me because I can't draw the boundary that I would need to be a friend with you, but be okay with the way you're acting. So that childlike innocence that I'm describing, the absence of guilt saying that, as well as the absence of anger in saying that, helps have these conversations that are so important to have, but very challenging to have, specifically because of how they dysregulate our nervous system. And every time someone does something to you, betrays you or abandons you or disappoints you in somehow, they're actually affecting your nervous system in a way that over time you may become intolerant of and say, I don't want people to affect my nervous system and to push my buttons and to get under my skin and to dysregulate my emotional valence. I want to have a kind of internal locus of control that other people have limited access to. I want to put up a moat, or I want to start warding off evil spirits or toxic influences from other people. This is very powerful. And a lot of us know how to do this intuitively, but bringing it to conscious awareness and doing it intentionally adds to the intuition rather than taking away from it. So the feeling of childlike innocence, the sense of things being okay, the absence of guilt, the absence of anger, the feeling like the world is a beautiful place, a magical place, a safe place, a place where things are ultimately okay. That is really a reflection of the unconditional. And some people may be associated or familiar with the unconditional. But if not, the easiest way is to just think about the conditional and say they're both valid. I am, for instance, a conditional self. I have conditions. I have physical conditions, emotional, mental, financial, social conditions. They can be measured. I can feel my conditions. Other people can observe my conditions. There are third-party objective ways that my conditions can be measured, evaluated, judged, underwritten. Predictions can be made about how I'm about to behave in 5 seconds, 10 seconds, an hour, a year. We can all make predictions based on trajectory of how my life has gone, how my life will go, and for the most part, most people do actually act in relatively straightforward, predictable ways. This program is about intentionally bucking trends in our own lives, which is also known as breaking habits or routines, which is also known as building new habits or routines. And we're going to use all kinds of language to help actually restore that childhood sense of peace and innocence that even with all the things that we know happen in the world, we are at bottom okay with them because we have no choice, because the status quo and the default is what it is, and I am not in my best condition to address whatever may be able to be improved if I am upset, dysregulated, if I'm at a lower level of ambition and energy and inspiration and stoke than what's possible.